Hey guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. We meet again so soon. So, yeah. So I got too much for tonight. So I'll be putting out a video tomorrow too. Just a video, not like a whole live stream. Because I sometimes I struggle and the last 2 nights I was busy doing other stuff and it was just stuff just fell on me like by accident. Very good, Sarah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If anybody doesn't know what a FASFA is, it's when you go to college and you want aid, you fill out a FASFA. Everybody, you and your parents fill out a FASFA. Everybody fills out a FASFA. Everybody who just fills out a FASFA, even if they don't need a FASFA, they fill out a FASFA. And they'll keep hounding you until you fill out your FASFA. And if your kids are in school, they'll keep hounding you until you fill out your FASFA. So, no, he's not in school, by the way. He's not in college. He doesn't have any kids in college either. I thought that was a good one for a bingo card. So just let me tell you, Judge Fleischer was in imminent danger today. Melissa and Victoria were in imminent danger today. Now, the bailiff is outstanding. I mean, he didn't attack anybody. And I'm sure some of you saw it on other streams, but it was close enough that he was in danger today. And I still put the FAFSA up on my thumbnail because I was just so excited. We had something new for a bingo card. Hi, Deborah. It's my first time here, too. That's a joke I have at work. It never gets old. I say it every day. People say, oh, this is my first time here. I say, oh, it's my first day, too. They know I'm lying. I lie all the time. I really do. Like, wow, that's such a nice shirt you're wearing. I don't mind getting you more ranch. No, I don't care if you eat 6 ranches. Oh, man. Okay. Let's just start with the FAFSA. Let's just get that one over with real quick.
There's also a possession of a controlled substance, Schedule 1 or 2. That one's the Class 5 felony.
Hey, can I ask what?
Sorry, it's either North or South Dakota. It's Minnehaha, and I don't know which one it is now. But there is someone in our chat that lives right near in Minnehaha, and they'll tell us. Or they're not here and they won't tell us.
A facility and like I honestly had no notification of this. Nobody said anything about it. I have not been caught with drugs in 10 years.
Okay. Maybe I'll have you read some reports here shortly, Mr. Dahl. Let me just get through a couple things here, and then we'll talk about that. I mean, this looks to be just a charge from over the weekend, doesn't it? Or is that from an affidavit?
Looks like it's from an aff, Your Honor, from December 26th of 23.
December of 23. Yep. Okay. I'll talk about that here in a little bit more detail, Mr. Borkholz. I just want to get you advised, and then we'll go through some of the specifics there. So, again, the disorderly, the new one then is the possession of controlled drug or substance in jail. The Class 4 is carrying the maximum of up to 10 years in the penitentiary and or a $20,000 fine. And then again, that possession of controlled substance is the Class 5 felony. Maximum is up to 5 years in the penitentiary and or a $10,000 fine. Do you understand those charges and the penalties, sir?
I mean, I understand the charges, but
that's all I'm asking. But let me just pull up the affidavit here and I'll try to clarify some of that for you. It's like back on or about December 20, and I don't want you to go into any details.
Yeah,
I'm just giving you this just to kind of provide some information here, but it's December 26th of 23. Law enforcement saying they were dispatched to an address on McClellan and Spring. Just a report of an assault at that point. They ultimately arrested you for that incident. In the left pants pocket, looks like there was an unknown substance at the time. Looks like they field tested it positive. That was in a small baggie.
They never.
Again, I don't want you going into any detail here. I'm just telling you what the allegations are. I don't really care if you agree with it or not. I'm just providing it to you just to give you a
I just
little
want
bit
you
of
to know I had no idea it was there.
We play defense later. Today's just, do you understand everything?
Yeah.
All right. And so again, they're just saying that they found this in your pants pocket, tested positive for methamphetamine. Looks like they ultimately had to get a warrant. And so that's where that came from. Okay. Do you understand that?
Yep.
All right. And is everything correct on the application here today?
Yep.
So I'll find that you qualify. I'll appoint the public defender's office.
We accept appointment. Wait for the reading and advising.
State's position.
State does not object to a PR bond in the new file. Would defer to the court on the older ones based on the missed court appearances.
Anything to add on that, Mr. Braun?
Apologies. PR bond, you said? On the new one, yeah. Then no, nothing, Your Honor.
All right. So all three of these will be PRs. Good behavior. Stay in contact with your attorney. Make all your court appearances on the felony. And then the felony will be set for the 45-day preliminary hearing. Separately, then you've got the 2 misdemeanor cases. So make sure you're staying on top of those or keeping track of those. So you'll get the pretrial jury trial dates for the misdemeanor and then the preliminary hearing on the felony. Okay.
So I was scheduled to start school in a month, and I'm kind of worried about my FASFA application at that point.
Talk to your lawyer.
All
I'll
right.
be able to help you out with that. You can just reach out to them as soon as you get out even. Okay. All right. That'll otherwise take care of you though. Okay.
Set up an appointment. We'll chat.
Matthew Schumacher.
All right, guys, new bingo card. I need to fill out my FASFA for next month if I want to go into school. They should, I should get a job filling out FASFAs for people because this is a pain. It's a pain. Just go, it's dark outside. Now, some people are going to comment in my chat tomorrow that, I can't believe you said it was dark outside when clearly it's light outside. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Everything's good. So I actually did. So Sarah was complaining because someone was driving down the street real fast at 4:30 in the morning, and I apologized for it because it was probably me. But I actually did drop a 302 in a Mustang back when I was a teenager. It's an 8-cylinder, and this was a Mustang Ghia. So a Mustang Ghia was like smaller and a lot lighter than the other Mustangs. It almost had the body shape of a Corvette back then, but it was a Mustang. And I put a cherry pack on, so it was freaking loud, and it was dual exhaust, real dual exhaust, not fake dual exhaust. So yeah, that was my car when I was 18. Oh man, it was loud. When I used to drive, everybody would get so mad at me. And then I had kids, and I realized what an asshole I was for doing that. And I never did it again. Hi guys. Okay. Let's do one more quick one from Minnehaha. And since nobody told me if this was North Dakota or South Dakota, I have a 50-50 chance. So guess what? It's North Dakota. My commenters will tell me if I'm wrong. I can find the answer to anything if I want. All I have to do is say something. And my commenters will tell me. I did wake up babies. I absolutely did. I drove at night. I drove during the day. I know I woke up baby. And now I know when a car is just slightly loud when my kids were babies. Oh man, I used to get so mad. Okay. This guy is losing the point of the plot. He's gonna definitely violate.
Is it Jeremy Duden?
Duden, yes.
Okay. You're on Greystone, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
I was just having some difficulty reading the last name there, but sir, did you understand those rights okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then I have you here.
Is there really a difference between North and South Dakota? Somebody tell me. Somebody just tell me.
So this is another simple assault allegation. Same situation as some of the other folks. There's different ways to commit that crime. And so the state will always charge out every subsection that they feel may be applicable. Here, there are 4 counts of domestic abuse, simple assault. Same situation though, where those are charged out in the alternative. And so you would still just be subject to 1 penalty on those, carrying a maximum of up to the year in jail and or a $2,000 fine. There's an allegation of false imprisonment, though, separately. That one is also a class 1 misdemeanor. Maximum is up to the year in jail and or a $2,000 fine on that charge.
I'm not understanding the false imprisonment.
Okay, well, it's essentially alleging that you held somebody against their will.
No, she blocked me and I didn't block her. And
What you're getting into now are the specific facts of the case.
Sorry, Your Honor.
I'm asking just whether or not you
Yes, Your
understand what the charge means. Okay. And then I've got your application here as well as everything correct on the application.
Yes, Your Honor.
You gave me. And so I'll find that you qualify. I'm appointing the public defender's office here.
We accept appointment, waive for the reading and advising.
State's position on bond.
State does not object to a PR bond in this matter, but requests the no contact.
So this one will be that PR bond. Good behavior, stay in contact with your attorney. We'll enter a not guilty plea. There is going to be that no contact order for now as well with the alleged victim. It's like Heather Stevens is the name of that individual. So no actual physical, third party, electronic communication. So no contact whatsoever. Do you understand that, sir?
I do. I do need exemption or consideration on that one since we work together.
Where are you working at?
We work at UPS. She works in the office. She is payroll and dispatch. So
There isn't any reason why you absolutely would have to talk to her?
well, with payroll issues, I could potentially need to talk to her. And the
I'm
other
just talking about the day-to-day. Do you have?
No, on a day-to-day, no, but there's going to be that
I'll just leave it. I'll
circumstance.
just leave it for now. Talk to your lawyer about some of the specifics. If we need to amend that, he can. The attorney can approach the court at that point. But for now, just maintain no contact.
But between now and then, if it's a work-related, if I see her and I say, "Hey, I got a payroll issue,"
I don't want you talking to her.
Period.
okay.
And I don't know why you bring up a payroll issue right after there was an assault alleged. At this point, you might want to just cool off for a little bit
Because I'm an idiot, Judge.
and avoid that person for now. All right,
I
I'll
was
get
just
you some
making sure that
coordinates.
I was just making sure that if I went to work, I
You know,
wasn't
we
going
could.
to get in trouble.
That's fine. We could talk about what ifs all day till we're blue in the face. But for now, what you're telling me is that you don't have a need to talk to her, and so I'm saying don't have any contact with her. If there's some issues or something that you're concerned about, talk to your lawyer about that. All right, Hayden Weigel.
That's a valid excuse because she owes me money. Honey has 2 more classes and then finishes her master's degree. That's awesome, honey. Good job. I know my best friends pulled me through my 2 last classes because I was done. I didn't want to do anymore. I didn't care about my degree anymore. It was just too much. I was done. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm too tired. I can't do these classes. I can't write all these stupid papers. And they're like, just write 1 more paper. And then think about it, just write 1 more paper. So, honey, just write 1 more paper. Just read 1 more chapter and then think about it again. It's the last 2 classes suck, man. You're just so close, but you're still so far away. You'll get there. Okay. So I know I said I wasn't going to go back to this courtroom anymore. I lie. I lie all the time. I just do things I say I'm never going to do. Remember when I said I was never going to show Miss Butler again? However, I did say that one time I was never going to show that kindergarten judge. I actually have watched her court a few times since then. I never showed her here. I didn't because I said I wasn't going to. But I might someday anyway. Anyway, back to where I was. You know why I said I wasn't going to show that one courtroom again? Because it looked like the courtroom from hell. It was real dark. The paneling, wood paneling was just too dark. It was too dark to be enjoyable. Well, I lied. So here we go.
Clause numbers 20D012212CM1983 and 20D012208F6992. Please raise your right hand and be sworn. Do you swear or affirm under the pains and penalties of perjury, testimony that you provide to this full will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. Please tell me your full name.
Jayla Garrett Clark.
Speaking of lying, yikes.
Thank you. The court shows that the defendant appears in person and also with Attorney Mark Altenhoff, the state of Indiana appears by DPA Colin Groover. And I show that we are set for further proceedings on a violation of probation proceeding. There was also a supplemental petition that was filed on May 15th. Mr. Altenhoff, did you see that?
Yes,
How are we proceeding today?
thank you, Your Honor. Judge, we would waive any formal initial hearing on the first violation of probation petition supplement. I did meet with my client on May the 16th and the day after this was filed, and I did go over the allegations with her there. The court has issued a warrant for my client's arrest, initially just on the F6, but I believe then a warrant was issued a little bit later in CM 1983. Judge, my client.
It's a little rude. What if she's not pregnant? And you just said that out loud in front of everybody. She's pregnant.
Is here knowing that there's a couple active warrants out for her arrest. We're going to ask that you vacate those warrants. I've gone over these allegations with my client. She's denied the use of cocaine to me. She denied it with the probation officer. She provided me with the results of a cocaine drug screen that were given to her back on April the 8th that showed a negative result there. She is currently pregnant and due in October, which I explained to her, which is likely the reason that you issued the warrant in the first place, because there's an allegation that she's using cocaine while pregnant. We're going to ask that you vacate those warrants, Your Honor, because she has an orientation. She had an orientation back on May 16th for MRT in South Bend. She lives in Mishawaka. Transportation's been an issue for her getting to the classes. She'd indicated to me that the MRT program here in Elkhart County changed days on her multiple times, and she had to constantly try and rearrange her schedule. This is probably going to need to be set for an evidentiary hearing on the allegations because my client is not going to be able to admit to these. So that is where this is likely headed unless something changes. But I can tell you, Judge, that we're here mainly this morning. She's here knowing that there are warrants, knowing she may go into custody. She's not a flight risk. She denies the use of cocaine. She did try and make arrangements for MRT in South Bend. She did enroll in those classes, had her orientation. She's got a lot of positive things going for her. So we're first and foremost, we just need to address the warrants. We're going to ask that those be vacated at this point, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Gruber.
Your Honor, just looking at the violation, she has denied the use of cocaine, but has admitted to it being present in her residence. And at minimum, cleaning that up. So I think that poses a severe risk, to her reoffending, but also to her child. She is a moderate on the IRAS. According to probation, she does not have stable housing. She's not. The statement is that she's expressed great disinterest in participating in services. So all of those things combined, I think, are. I think the foundation has been laid that frankly the warrant is justified, and that at the time being, pending maybe an eventual evidentiary hearing, that she should go into custody.
Your Honor, if I can briefly respond.
No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, Ms. Garrett Clark, I'm going to send you to the probation department for a rapid drug screen test.
No.
And that will kind of help assist the court in directing how we handle this. So, Mr. Alden, I will give you a chance. That's the reason I cut you off. But
Fair enough, Judge. I understand. Thank you.
So Ms. Garrett Clark, Officer Grove, who is behind you, is going to escort you up to the probation department so that you can submit to a rapid drug screen. And once we have
Bye,
the result,
Monica.
we'll take your hearing back up. Okay.
Nicholas Ekman.
This is F6237, State of Indiana versus Jeremy Reed. Do you swear or affirm under the pains and penalties of perjury testimony you provide to this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Go ahead and have a seat, please. And please tell me your full name.
Jeremy Conrad Reed.
Thank you. The court shows that the defendant appears in person and also with
Allegedly.
the State of Indiana appears by DPA Colin
She's allegedly pregnant, allegedly.
Gruber. And I show that we are set for further proceedings. And it looks like on probation violation matters, it's like there was a supplement that was filed last week.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Altenhoff, what are we doing?
He'll be entering an admission today.
What are we doing about that third supplement?
Oh, thank you, Your Honor. Judge, I met with my client prior to the supplement being filed, but when I reviewed it, it indicates that he admitted that he smoked marijuana April 12th. So we'll waive a formal initial hearing on that, and we'll be entering an admission to that as well.
All right, Mr. Reed, do you understand what probation alleges that you have done to violate the placement on probation in all of these reports?
Yes.
And sir, do you understand that you are not required to admit that you violated your placement on probation and that you can instead require the state of Indiana to prove that you did so?
Yes.
Mr. Reed, in the event that you deny that you violated your placement on probation, we will have a hearing. And at that hearing, the state of Indiana will present evidence, which typically happens through the testimony of witnesses. You have the right to confront and cross-examine the witnesses called by the state of Indiana at that hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You also have the subpoena power of the court, which means that you can require that witnesses appear at that evidentiary hearing.
Call
to testify
Carolyn.
on your behalf and the exercise of that right
Carolyn, he needs you to testify. He needs 2 witnesses.
does not cost you anything. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Sir, do you understand that if I find you violated your placement on probation, that I can revoke your placement on probation in order that you serve the balance of your suspended sentence?
Yes.
And sir, with everything that we've talked about today, do you still want to admit that you violated your placement on probation?
Yes.
Thank you. Factual basis, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Jeremy, you were placed on probation out of this court after pleading guilty to a misdemeanor battery, and you were sentenced to 180 days suspended on probation, correct?
Correct.
And one of the terms of probation was that you were to follow through with some treatment and not use any illegal substances, correct? Would you agree with me that on January 18th of 2024, that you submitted to a drug screen that came back positive for marijuana and that you admitted to your probation officer that you used marijuana, correct?
Correct.
Do you also agree that you failed to engage in treatment at the Addictions Recovery Center as ordered?
Right.
On February 22nd, 2024, for purposes of the first violation supplement, they say that you missed an appointment with them on that date. Did you miss an appointment on that date?
Yes, it was miscommunication with the text messaging reminder. Apparently I was taken off of it and I've seen her that following day, or that following Friday. I think I was in there to see her.
All right, so you do agree that you missed an appointment and that you didn't call in advance, but that you did make up for that appointment less than a week later?
Yes.
All right. For purposes of the second violation supplement, you self-reported that you were struggling with marijuana at an appointment on March 13th, 2024, correct?
Correct.
and then they gave you an additional drug screen, and then you tested positive for marijuana because you self-disclosed that, and they followed through with the drug screen and you tested positive.
Right.
And then for purposes of the third violation supplement, you agree that you had started treatment at Addictions Recovery Center again, but you were unsatisfactorily discharged from them.
Correct. My kids got schools and stuff like that, and I just had trouble trying to get up there at that time.
All right. And you also submitted to an additional drug screen on April 17th, 2024. That again came back positive for marijuana, and you agreed that you used marijuana on April 12th, 2024, correct?
Right.
Now, when I asked you what
You don't understand, Your Honor. I can't follow the law because I have kids. I can't follow the law because I'm a single parent.
was going on while you were testing positive for marijuana, you did admit to me that you struggled with marijuana for quite some time now, correct?
Correct.
You are a single father, correct?
Correct.
And you've been at the same job for nine years. You're a supervisor. You told me that your job is really stressful and smoking marijuana helps you sleep, correct?
Right.
That's all I have on a factual basis, Judge.
Does the state have any questions on the factual basis?
No.
Thank you. The court will find that the defendant has tendered a knowing and voluntary admission to the allegations contained in the violation of probation petition reports. Based upon the factual basis, the court will find that the defendant has violated the terms and conditions of his placement on probation by ingesting an illegal substance, repeatedly on probation supervision, and also by failing to, I'm sorry, was it regarding programming or a probation appointment? I was trying to catch up.
It was programming.
Okay. And by failing to, I guess, timely engage in programming and attend all of the required appointments. Mr. Altenhoff, arguments with respect to sanctions, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Judge, I would point out that in the first violation that was filed, in the progress of probationer section, it indicates that my client has paid his court financials in full, that he had engaged in treatment early on in his probation. He paid $285 toward his probation user fees. His struggle has just been not being able to use marijuana. The fact that he's been at the same job for 9 years and is a supervisor shows that he's a hard worker. His job is very stressful. I'm certainly not making any excuses for his continued use of marijuana. It comes across to me that he's self-medicating some of the stress of being.
Does it look like your living room, Fletcher? Does this courtroom look like your living room?
Single father.
Or basement?
The stress of his job with using marijuana, because he indicated to me that that helps him sleep. This was originally a misdemeanor battery with a 6-month sentence back in January of 2023. Should have been off in July of 2023, and here we are in May of 2024, and he's still been subject to drug screens and probation and the terms of probation. I think, Your Honor, our recommendation to the court is going to be that you just simply give him an unsatisfactory discharge from probation at this point. 6 months really isn't enough time really to successfully engage and complete treatment. This has been continuing and been an ongoing issue for him. Again, I'll just reiterate, he's a single father. He has a steady job. In the event that you decide that an unsatisfactory discharge would not be appropriate, if you put him in jail, he's probably going to lose everything, including custody of his son. Understanding that he put himself in this position to have that be an option for this court. He's not making any excuses, but we're just suggesting to this court that that would be an extreme punishment that wouldn't be warranted under the circumstances. It's not like he committed a new crime. Again, I'm not trying to downplay the fact that he's violated his probation. So we're asking, if you decide not to give him an unsatisfactory discharge, that electronic monitoring so he can continue to parent his son and work the job that he's held for the last 9 years would be an appropriate alternative. Judge, thank you.
Mr. Altenhoff. Mr. Reed, do you remember the last time you were here being sanctioned on probation violation? And I'm pretty certain that I told you at that time that this was unacceptable, and the next time that you came back around, you're likely just going to serve out the rest of your time at jail? I'm pretty sure that I told you that last time. Is that right?
I think so, yes.
Okay. So tell me why I shouldn't do that.
I'm not a violent person. I just signed a lease on my 2-bedroom apartment just so my kids had their own room now. The boys spend most of their time with me, and when I'm not at work, I'm at home with them. It's just, I don't deserve to be in jail. I mean, I tried to quit smoking. I've been to the classes. Classes are at 4:30. When I get out of work, I got to pick my kids up from school, and they're in sports events and stuff. So I got to go to that. Sometimes I can't make it to those classes. I've tried. I've been trying. I don't know what else to do.
Arguments from the state, please.
Your Honor, the state's position, I think, had this been one misstep or, even a handful, I think the state could probably get on board with an unsatisfactory discharge. But according to probation's report, there's been 25 drug screens that Mr. Reed has given while he's been on probation, and every single one has been positive for an illegal substance, THC. And yeah, he's not been charged or convicted of any crime, but certainly the possession of marijuana in the state of Indiana is a criminal offense.
Not to mention when he's smoking it all the time and going to pick up his kids from school with it in his
I don't
system.
smoke it during the day.
It stays in your system. Go ahead, Mr. And I apologize for
No, that's okay. So, he has stated that he's unable to stop smoking. I think the court needs to ensure that there is, at least for the time period that this sentence has been hanging over his head, I think the court needs to ensure that he cannot. And whether that be at the jail, as the court has indicated at a prior violation hearing, or work release. Although I don't think, frankly, 6 months in a work release facility is probably enough. My suggestion would be to serve out the time at the jail. So I would just leave that to the court.
Great, thank you, Mr. Gruver. Mr. Reed, you are not unique in that life is hard and you're trying to balance things and you're trying to figure out how to navigate things, whether it's because of being a single parent or having a stressful job or some of the other factors. There are many people either in the community or who come before this court who somehow figure it out. Mr. Reed, I'm at a loss why, after last time you were in court and I told you after the sanction that the court imposed that the next time around, you would likely be sitting out your time in the jail. I'm at a loss as to why we are here. There are many other constructive ways to deal with a stressful life. And Mr. Reed, what you are doing, frankly, is cowardly because you're trying to escape rather than deal with the stress head on. You had no intention of following through with this. The problem that I see in putting you on community corrections is we're just delaying the inevitable. I have a feeling that if we put you on community corrections, you're going to be back here in a month on a positive drug screen. So, Mr. Reed, you received a very generous plea agreement previously from the state of Indiana. You were originally charged with a couple of felony offenses involving acts of domestic violence. I don't recall the facts or circumstances that led to the favorable plea agreement that brings you here before the court, but you have repeatedly shown through graduated responses that didn't work, through previous violation reports that didn't work, and yet here you are again with all of this to lose, and you could not refrain from using marijuana Also, you were not taking seriously the programming opportunities that were afforded to you. And I want to highlight, sorry, there's so many violations to go through from previous as well as now. So I'm going to refer to the third violation of probation violation supplement that was filed on May 23rd. And under recommendations, as Mr. Gruber pointed out, Mr. Reed has submitted 25 drug screens. Every drug screen is returned positive. And according to the probable cause affidavit, substance use was a factor in the offense. I think alcohol was the allegation, but yet we have another substance. You were removed from treatment. You are unable to refrain from using marijuana, and you are a moderate risk to reoffend. So for those reasons, the court is going to revoke your placement on probation. I will show that you are unsatisfactorily discharged from probation supervision. I will show that the appearance of the public defender's office is withdrawn. Any bond that was posted is released, and any future hearing dates are vacated. Anything further, Mr. Altenhoff?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor.
The defendant's remanded to custody of the sheriff.
Fozzie, thank you so much for your PayPal, $50. I appreciate it. Monica, thank you so much for your for PayPal of $25. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Listen, I didn't check Patreon yet. I'm going to now because I don't want to miss nobody. I do really, really appreciate it. No, we're good. I didn't miss anybody. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. He is serving the remainder of his sentence. So I don't know how much it is. It's whatever they think he did right on probation, his jail sentence minus that. So, I mean, he was only supposed to be on probation for 6 months. And this was like, what, back in 2022 he started? So I don't know. He's probably going to get credit for some days. He has credit for four days, definitely, plus good time, which is another 4 days. And you know how other courts, they're like, we're not going to calculate good credit. They're going to take care of that as jail. She does it. She says it right out loud. You get credit for good time. So he's going to jail. And I don't know what's going to happen to his kids. And all he had to do was, not smoke weed. I mean, it's not like whatever. You'll like it, Fletcher. The judge is awesome. Awesome. But he didn't get busted for smoking weed. He got busted for not following his probation, which was for a violent crime of domestic violence. So that's why he's going to jail. He's going to jail because he committed a violent act. He was supposed to go to jail. They gave him a chance, a really good chance, and he just didn't care. He didn't care enough to even try. So, all right, but there's more. There's more. Don't worry, there's more.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's the wrong person. Thank you. All right, let's turn back to State of Indiana versus Jayla Garrett Clark, cause numbers 20D012212CM1983 and 20D0120F6992. Ms. Garrett Clark, do you understand that you are still under oath?
Yes.
All right, so when we were here on Ms. Garrett Clark's case or cases, Mr. Altenhoff, you were asking to withdraw the warrant and set these matters for evidentiary hearing on the probation violation allegation. The court, in response to that request, sent Ms. Garrett Clark to the probation department for a rapid drug screen test, which showed positive for cocaine. So the court is actually going to revoke Ms. Garrett Clark's bond. I'm going to order her remanded to the custody of the sheriff. I will set out an evidentiary hearing, and we can go out to the jail for that.
She said no bond.
Joe, do you know offhand, I know we talked about the 14th before, is the morning available? But remember how we talked about, like I told you that, I think that if you look at, yeah.
I think that got rescheduled again, so Mr. Williams, scheduled right now.
In the afternoon, and that's getting rescheduled?
Yeah.
Okay, so an evidentiary hearing on Friday, June 14th at 1:30 PM, council?
Yes, Schroeder.
Mr.
I'm sorry, Judge, what was the time?
1:30 PM?
Thank you.
And I assume that we're going to do that out of jail. Would that be right, Mr. Altenhoff?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Gruber, is that acceptable?
That works for the state.
All right. The court will show that the defendant is remanded to custody of the sheriff, pending that evidentiary hearing.
I'm gonna come to the front.
Oh, that's yours. I gave you the wrong thing. I meant to give you this. Okay.
All right, that one I full-heartedly agree with, because someone has to protect that baby. Cocaine's not okay when you're pregnant. Shit, I barely drank. I mean, not barely. I didn't even drink wine while I was pregnant. Even though doctors say you sort of can drink a little bit of red wine when you're pregnant. No way, man. I felt guilty when I ate a chocolate bar, and I ate chocolate bars, let me tell you. But yeah, she's October. You know, I don't know if they're going to keep her till October. But someone has to protect that baby. Someone has to protect that baby. Okay, I was too, Jesco. I was too, but that was a long time ago. Oh, I drink exclamation point. I get so excited about the new beers we come out with at the brewery. I get so excited, like a kid at Christmas. I'm like, oh man, I have a Bison. Yes, I love. Okay. So we're done with the clips for today. I'm gonna put Fleischer on next. We still have Fleischer, don't worry. So if you're here just to see Fleischer and you tune in now, the best clip is at the very end. Because it was at the end of the docket and I didn't feel like cutting and pasting and moving and all of that. So just come back in 40 minutes if that's all you wanted to see. But now we can just forget about life for a while and go down to Texas and, just vibe, just sit and vibe in Texas. I think that's his password, Kelly, for his bank account. Check it out. Now he's got to change it. You really, really, really should put a symbol in there somewhere. You should also use caps. And when you're making a password, make it a whole sentence. But you don't have to make it a whole sentence. You just have to say like the elephant. Oh, I'm not typing anymore, am I? Anyway, I was going to type, the elephant sat on a tree. That, like that. It's coming. There, it's coming. I don't know why I'm lagging all of a sudden. And then you just remember the elephant sat on a tree. And then you know your password. There you go. That's my public service announcement for the day. Here comes Fleischer. I do have more, by the way. I have really good clips. I have a mom who smoked weed in her Zoom court for custody of her child, who was in the room with her. The child was in the room with her, and she's getting high in court. That's coming in a Zoom video. A Zoom video. I'm gonna zoom a video later, guys. Don't you worry.
You ugly ass.
Mr. Lopez, I'm gonna.
That didn't happen. I swear to God.
We'll see. I don't know, but there's body cam, there may be video. So bottom line, Mr. Lopez, is I don't want you to have contact with this person.
I promise.
Okay? I don't want you to be in possession of weapons.
Yes, sir.
You're not still living here, are you?
Yeah, she's moving out. The landlord sort of believes me.
I don't want you to get into the facts of the case. All I want to know is, do you still live there?
Living there, she's moving.
She's living there at the moment?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
No, she's moving out. I'm avoiding her.
Good. I don't
For
want you
life.
back there. Look, Ms. Lopez, listen. I don't want you to go back to this location. I don't want you to have any contact with her.
She's moving. I'm going to stay there. The landlord wants me to stay there. She's had problems with it.
Okay. Before we do, I want to know that they want you to, they're okay with you staying there. So I'm going to have them later on reach out to see.
Never had problems with me there, with any of the other tenants.
Okay, stop. What happened in the past means nothing to me. I don't care. What happens now, what I'm concerned about is the future. I don't want any more issues, and I don't want any more fighting. I don't want any more problems. So for the moment, I'm ordering you not to go back, and I'm issuing a protective order. Well, no, yeah, it's not a family member. Right. Okay. I'm ordering you not to have any contact with Sandra Alexander. I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of weapons.
Oh, I don't possess weapons.
Mr. Lopez, if you violate these conditions, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Tell me, what do you do for a living, sir?
I have odd jobs cleaning stuff.
Plumbing.
But, I'm an SSI. I got OCD.
Okay, I'll appoint your lawyer today, but
Schizophrenic.
consider this. Listen, I want you to listen. If you go to jail and I make your bond $5,000 to $10,000 and you don't have anyone to post that bond for you, what happens? You're stuck like Chuck, right? Okay, consider that next time you make a move while you're out there in the free world. You don't behave yourself in the free world, I will take it away from you. All right. So I'm going to have you go to Victoria now. We'll have you sign a reset. After that, I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions and I'll find you a lawyer. Okay? Please.
Judge, you look so nice today.
So, Kevin, you got it? Okay. Right. No contact, no weapons. They're going back until we verify that they're okay with him going back. So later on, if you get some help, we'll see about doing a RIP to see.
There's 3 separate buildings.
Okay.
The new share is the garage, but Washington Drive.
I don't want them to share though. That's the problem. I don't want them to accidentally run into each other.
So stay away from, just want to make sure, so he can go back to his home?
No, he can go to his home. I don't want to prevent him from going to his home, but I don't want him to use that washer where they're going to accidentally bump into each other. Right.
Oh,
Isaiah Montez. Mr. Montez, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present or any questions and interviews with the state of Texas. You cannot afford a lawyer. A lawyer will be appointed to represent you.
May 21st, 2024, officers received an alert through the Harris County Toll Road Authority Rapid Alert System for a prohibited vehicle traveling southbound at the Sam Houston Central Toll Plaza. Officers located a 2018 Kia Optima and initiated a traffic stop at the 2300 block of West Sam Houston Parkway. Upon approaching the vehicle, officers observed an odor of marijuana coming from the vehicle. The driver, the defendant, Isaiah Montez, admitted to having approximately an ounce of marijuana and a firearm in his backpack, which was laying on the floorboard on the front passenger side. Officers observed and recovered from the backpack a clear plastic baggie of green leafy substance. Based on his training and experience, identified it as marijuana, as well as a tan block that showed that the gun was clear. The total marijuana weight was 0.92 ounces.
Okay. Mr. Montez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license? Can you run his license, please? Do you have valid liability insurance in your name? Then you are not allowed to drive, and I am making that a condition of your bond. Do you understand? Until you have liability insurance that is in your name, you may not drive. I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of weapons as well. I'm going to have you sign a promise with me today. I want you to understand that I take it absolutely serious when I order you not to drive. If you do, you'll be facing a contempt charge, an additional 6 months every time you drive because it's an offense in and of itself. If you want to drive, go get insurance, show me that you have insurance, and then I will take this restriction off. You understand? This is the promise that you're going to sign with me today that you will not to drive. All I'm asking you to do is follow the law. I'm not asking you to split the atom.
I actually drove today and I do not have valid insurance in his name.
Yeah. What do you do for a living, Mr. Montez?
I'm a land surveyor.
Plumber.
Say it again.
Land surveyor.
Land surveyor. Okay. That means you drive. No, sir. Okay. Okay, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I'm going to have you come up here, swear that
The land comes to me. The land comes to me, Judge. It comes to me.
you're not going to drive. I'm going to get your bond condition, let you sign it, and then you'll be free to go. Okay? Please, come on.
Page 27, Seville, come on up.
Hey, Clyde, how are you, man?
Good, how are you?
All right, so this is Seville. All right, Ms. Green Seville, ma'am, you were charged of driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. On May 21st, 2024, the Harris County Toll Road Authority dispatched an advised officer that they were talking with a citizen who was following the suspect from driving. Officers made contact with the caller who identified the vehicle, a 2017 Chevy Cruze. Officers observed the vehicle failed to drive in a single lane. The driver then emerged onto the main lanes of SH 249s, and the driver changed lanes 3 times without signaling, swerved onto and drove on the shoulder for a brief moment. A traffic stop was conducted in the 20200 block of Chasewood Drive, Harris County, Texas. Officers observed the defendant, the driver, had red bloodshot eyes and a moderate odor of alcoholic beverage on her breath. The defendant stated that she consumed 1 Long Island iced tea and 1 beer earlier at a club. Then she stated that she had actually 2 beers and a Long Island iced tea. SFSTs were administered, 6 out of 6 clues for HGN, 2 out of 8 clues for walk and turn, 4 clues out of a 1-leg stand. DIC 24 was read. Defendant consented. The blow was 0.100 and 0.102.
You look to see if she has any priority to be honest.
No.
No? Okay. Ms. Seville, do you have a Texas driver license, ma'am?
She has a New Jersey driver's license.
Do you have liability insurance in your name?
She's nervous, Judge.
Yes.
Okay, and how long have you lived in Houston?
Almost, okay, all right, almost 2 years, well, a little over 2 years, yes.
Planning on staying here or are you gonna go back?
Yes, I'm planning on staying. I didn't know.
And you need to surrender your New Jersey license and get a Texas driver license. You must do that immediately. You're supposed to do that within 2 weeks if you move here. Otherwise, you're subjecting yourself to another ticket. I'm now making that also a condition of your bond. You must surrender that license and get a Texas driver license. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or drugs, I'll put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You have a lawyer. I will waive your appearance, but you must stay in touch with Mr. Burleson. He'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your case. No drinking, No illegal drugs. Stay in contact with your lawyer. Get a Texas driver license. Do you have any questions?
We do, we can talk about it outside.
Okay, for now, I'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Anthony for your bond conditions, and after that, you guys are free to go. Okay, thanks, guys.
Page 24.
No, Anthony, all DWIs go to.
Yeah, that's what I just want to make sure.
Page 24, Rochelle.
You're doing great keeping up with the conditions. Good job. Is it Jaquez? Jaquez. Mr. Rochelle, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if any questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
But he's a millionaire.
It's okay.
Looks like the officers were called on the scene. Complainant Sharnetta Allen stated that she had been in and out of dating relationship with the defendant, Mr. Rochelle, for 2 years. Complainant stated that the defendant came home drunk and a verbal argument began. Complainant then went into the bedroom and the defendant followed her. Complainant stated that the defendant quickly grabbed her throat with an open hand without placing any pressure and then pulled his hand away. The complainant also stated that the defendant then hit her on her lip with the back of his hand, causing pain. Complainant stated that she felt fear for her life. Complainant stated that she went into the kitchen and grabbed the kitchen knife to protect herself, and she wanted to press charges against the defendant. The complainant then stated she and the defendant started fighting on the ground and used the knife to protect herself. The defendant stated that he and the complainant used to be in a romantic relationship. The defendant stated that he came home late and the complainant got mad because a girl called his phone. The officer observed a cut on the complainant's bottom lip and a small cut on the complainant's right cheek. Also observed a laceration on the defendant's right arm and a scratch mark on the defendant's left arm.
Can you run his NCIC? What other criminal history does he have? Kevin? Mr. Rochelle, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. What do you do for a living, sir?
I used to work on cell phone tower.
What do you do now?
I just been getting unemployed, can't put that job at, laid off.
When's the last time you had a job?
Like a month ago.
How many kids you got?
Two.
It's time for you to get a job. They don't stop eating for a month, waiting for you to get unemployed. Are you chewing gum? Kids don't stop eating for a month, waiting for you to get a job. I'm now ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, and I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you consume alcohol or any kind of dope, I'm going to lock you up faster than you understand. I'm now also making you, as a condition of your bond, you must get a full-time job. You understand? It's time for you to start providing support for those kids. They need food, they need shoes, they need shirts.
Cell phones, Starbucks.
I do got a question. That was my apartment. What am I supposed to do about that?
I don't know if she's still living there.
No, she don't even stay there.
We'll find out if she's no longer there and we can verify it. I'll allow you to go back to this. My main concern are two things: you not using, and number two, getting a job. And if you don't, we're going to have big problems. Do you understand? You will not be bumming through life doing nothing.
I'm not a bum. I'm just looking at my work history. I've just been out for a month. I laid out.
Actions speak louder than words. You telling me means nothing. I want to see it firsthand.
No, mine. I see little 3-year-olds drive up in their Barbie Jeeps to get their their mocha lotta cha-cha Gigi from the window.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna reset your case for 2 weeks. And when you come back here, I wanna see what you've done to get a job. If you've done nothing, I'm telling you, it's not gonna go well. You understand?
Yes, sir. I got bills, so I'm told that. I'm running out of 401k money, so I'm told that.
He's gonna be with you, Anthony. So no drugs, no alcohol ran away, because the allegation is that he came home lit.
Is the address also restricted at this time?
Until, right, so did you,
Yeah, that's
did you get any help today?
That's my place, though.
I need your help.
Or just the no contact at this time would be?
So there is a protective order in place, and I'm assuming the address you're talking about, Mr. Rochelle, is the it doesn't even say it here.
His address, where the call came from.
It's 4001.
Okay, so a little bit later, what we'll do is we will try to reach out to her. Unfortunately, he's running by himself today. We don't have anybody helping here. So
Victoria.
If you want to wait, we can wait to see. We'll reach out if she's still living there or not. Otherwise, we can reset your case and we'll get you out of here. But I'm telling you now, I want you back in 2 weeks to see what you've done to get a job.
I got a job lined up right now.
Good. I want to see it. I'm not going to take your word for it. I want proof. So for now, I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. After that, I'll have you get with Anthony through bond conditions. Remember, there is a protective order in place. I am ordering you not to have any contact with this person and not to be in possession of weapons. You violate this, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. My main concern is the protection of Harris County. You violate her, I'm going to make your bond so high you're going to flip. Do you understand?
So,
okay, come on.
Page 24, Runyon, Antonio.
Antonio Runyon. Mr. Runyon, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present or any questions and any abuse with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
No, on May 19th, 2024, officers were met with Ms. Paulo Vieira Cardona at 2223 West State Area Boulevard in Harris County, Texas. Plaintiff told the officer that the defendant took possession of her cell phone and upon seeing text messages became enraged due to a perceived infidelity. Plaintiff stated that the defendant struck her on the right side of the face with an open hand, causing her to feel pain. The defendant was detained after returning to the location and attempting to re-enter. The plaintiff advised deputies that the defendant, that he was a defendant. The complainant told the defendant full name and date of birth. The complainant confirmed the person in the driver's license was in fact the defendant before us today.
Does he have any prior criminal history? I see a theft from 15.
Theft as well.
Anything else?
I don't know why she would cheat on such a nice guy. I don't get it. Beats me.
While he's looking at that, Mr. Runyon, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. There's a protective order that was issued on the 20th of this month. I suggest you get to know it because if you do something to violate the protective order, the state can and will file a violation of a protective order against you. And I'm telling you, that's one of the worst cases you can pick up. You violate conditions on a BPO, I can hold you at no bond, 0 bond, and I'll do it in a heartbeat to protect the public. Do you understand?
Sir.
I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of any weapons. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer, so I will have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll get you to the jury box, we'll get your bond condition, we'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go. When you come back, please have a lawyer, sir. Come on.
Mr. It looks like he has several theft over the years, but he also has an assault family member in 2012.
He has another one, same complaining witness.
This was in 2012. It doesn't. Galveston.
Okay. No contact, you understand? Okay, all right, so can you file no contact, no weapons, please? All right,
Right this way. Page 29, model.
are you back on Waddle? Yeah, didn't you represent Mr. Waddle?
I'm actually in the wrong court. Sorry, Judge.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Lawrence Waddle. Mr. Waddle, you're charged with criminal trespass of a habitation or shelter. As a result, it's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On May 1st, 2024, officers were dispatched to 16127 Castle Grove Court, Harris County, Texas, which is the defendant's mother's home. So the complainant, Emily Steves, stated that her ex-boyfriend and the father of her child, complainant CS, forced entry to her residence at 9810 Berry Patch Lane. Complainant states that there is no formal custody agreement, but they agreed to co-parent. On May 12, 2024, which was Mother's Day, the defendant had asked to pick up the child, but the complainant stated that she had plans for Mother's Day with the kids. The complainant admits that she had left her child with her juvenile daughter while she went to the store and said that she was only gone for 5 or 10 minutes. During her absence, the defendant came to the residence, but the juvenile daughter would not let him in. The defendant then kicked the door until it opened. He took his child and went back to his home. The complainant, he had left before the complainant had returned. So the complainant came back, called the officers. Officers made contact with the defendant. The defendant stated, yes, he had the child at his home because she was left with uncared. But they took him, he was arrested for criminal trespass is what the charge is.
This is an interesting dilemma because is he going to get protection for the child because it's left with a juvenile, right?
The charge is criminal trespass.
I know that, but he's going in to get the child who's left with how old?
I'm not sure the age. It just states that juvenile.
9 years old.
This
9.
is Mother's Day, but she said she's.
I get it, but she's gone. I don't care how long she's gone, but she leaves.
That's why I made sure that
Something, the necessity defense, the crime committed would outweigh the crime negated.
That's why I presented it.
So, but do you know?
So let me just give you the facts. So apparently the mom on Mother's Day had left her child with another child, her other 2-year-old. The father wanted the child, but the mother said that she had plans with him. However, she said she went to the store to get medicine, only gone for 5 or 10 minutes. During that time, the complainant was able to come to the house, not get in, ultimately get in, get his child, leave, all before the complainant returned home. Upon returning home, she found out her child was gone. Then she did call the house.
Can you somehow find out how old?
The daughter?
Right. That was
9.
left?
Yes, I will.
I'm not ready to rule on your case yet.
3-year-old left in the custody of a 10-year-old.
So Your Honor,
I know, I have to do a little bit of research. Just, can you take a seat for me and just don't leave real yet? Just yet. Let me go through all the arraignments, and then I'll do a deeper dive in your case.
All right, Judge, page 31. 7.
Wooten, W-O-O.
Steve, if you're pregnant, I didn't do it.
Take the hat off, sir. Mr. Rochelle, you can't use that. Mr. Rochelle, that way. Rochelle.
Mr. Wooten. Sir, you were charged with interference to the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
Your Honor, on May 20th, 2024, officers arrived at 4226 Friar Point Road, Houston, Harris County, Texas, to pick up a suspect on a felony warrant where they learned he had stayed at that address. Officers gave the defendant multiple commands to exit the home while they executed a sweeping search, but the defendant refused to comply. Officers attempted to detain the defendant and to complete the safety sweep and locate the open warrant suspect. Defendant refused compliance and began to resist as units attempted to detain him. While officers tried to detain the defendant, he struck Deputy Corrigan and had to be forcibly detained. The defendant was heard and captured on body cam, stating that he was not going to open the door for no motherfucking laws.
He hit a deputy?
That's what's alleged, Your Honor.
How did he exactly interfere? What did he do?
He refused to allow them to come in. I believe he is.
Okay, so he refused their entry when they had an arrest warrant. Okay. Mr. Wooten, I'm gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Sir, you're extremely lucky that you're not charged with a third-degree felony of assault of a peace officer. Be very careful in the future. What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm a disabled vet.
Okay, I'll appoint your lawyer today, Mr. Wooten. Please do not pick up any new cases. I don't want to have to revoke your bond. The only thing I'm asking you to do is don't pick up any new cases. For now, I'll have you go to Victoria. We'll have you sign a reset. After that, we'll have you take your seat in the jury box, and then I'll appoint your lawyer today, sir.
What's his last name? I'm sorry.
Ortega, O-R.
Ortega Guillen.
Sir.
Mr. Ortega Guillen, you're charged with assault of a family member. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questions and interviews of the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
Sir, I do have an lawyer.
I know.
I am waiting.
But he doesn't come till noon usually, so we're gonna get started now to get the paperwork done.
Okay, Your Honor,
If, please.
on March 18, 2024, officers met with the complainant Laura Ortega and who reported being assaulted by her husband. The incident occurred at the residence located at 10242 Ella Falls, Houston, Texas, Harris County. Both parties are married and share 2 children. Complainant advised she was asleep when the defendant came into her bedroom intoxicated. The complainant advised that she was laying in her bed when the defendant then grabbed her in a front bear hug type position and headbutted her on her forehead. Complainant advised she felt pain. Advised that the defendant then headbutted her a second time. Used his forearm to place it on her upper chest, neck area, and pushed her down on the bed. Defendant complainant also states that she was hanging off the bed with her shoulders and head were pushed against the wooden bed frame. She had difficulty breathing for approximately 2 seconds and started swinging and scratching at the defendant. Advised that she believed she struck the defendant twice. The defendant then punched her on her head 2 or 3 times. Advised that she punched her right jaw and her head. She screamed for her 15-year-old son to help, and upon his arrival, it took difficulty before the defendant finally got off her. The 15-year-old son in the complainant's presence spoke with the 15-year-old son within the complainant's presence and advised he saw the defendant sitting over the complainant and had a right swollen eye with bruises, purple discoloration, 2 large swollen knots on her forehead and right arm.
Okay, that's fine. Mr. Ortega, tell me, are you a United States citizen?
No, sir. No.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
I'm resident. I am resident.
Understand, the more criminal cases you pick up, the higher likelihood you have of that permission being revoked. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I am now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case, not to be in possession of any weapons, and I'm going to randomly test you for alcohol and drugs. If I find that you're consuming alcohol, any kind of dope, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. I will do everything in my power to protect the people of protect the people of Harris County. Am I boring you?
No, sir. No.
You're looking back there, you're not paying attention. I would pay attention because if you miss something and you do wrong, there's only one place you're going to end up. No alcohol. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
We'll randomly test you. Like I said, no contact, no weapons. This is the only warning you're going to get from me. What we're going to do now is I will have you sign a reset. I'm going to have you get with pretrial for your bond conditions. After that, I'm going to have you take a seat while we wait for your lawyer to get here. Do not leave until we excuse you, Mr. Ortega. Please. Hold on a second. One more thing, Mr. Ortega. It appears that a protective order has been issued in this case. I would get to know it. If you violate the protective order, the state can and will file a violation of a protective order. And I'm telling you now, you violate conditions of that, I can hold you at 0 bond. And I will do it in a heartbeat. Now, please.
All right. I know Fozzie's been saying, send me a postcard. However, after we heard from Judge today, oh, Rebecca, send me a pet duck, please. Send me a pet duck. I think I need one right now. Listen, I'm going to post a link. I'm going to post this. This is the exit. Hey, KS, you made it. You made it. All right. This is the address on the screen, if you're listening, for Harris County Criminal Justice Center, where Judge Fleischer works. So it's 1201 Franklin, 9th floor, Houston, Texas, 77002-1900. Listen, guys, he gets hate mail. Let's change that. Let's send him, everybody send him a postcard if you love him, if you think he's doing a good job, don't you dare send him a bad one if you think he's doing a bad job, because that's none of your business. But if you think he's doing a good job, send him a postcard. Let's all, what is today? Today's Wednesday. Before Friday, before your mailman comes to your house on Friday, send him a postcard. I mean, okay, even if he just gets like 50, that would be so cool. I know he's only going to get like 10, but send him a postcard. Please, please, please send him a postcard. It'll cost you, all right, let's just say you have to go buy everything that you need, a paper and envelopes and a pen and a stamp. It's going to be dirt cheap. And think about how he will feel after that. He gets hate mail. I mean, he gets hate mail. I don't know what else to say. Let's all send him a postcard. You don't have to sign your name. I don't think I'm going to sign my name. Nope, 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 nope. All right. Now, someone wanted Discord. Someone wanted the Discord link. And please come to Discord, because it is so fun in there. It is so fun in there. I'm serious. Come to Discord. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to talk if you don't want to, but you can. All right. Sorry. Back to work.
Can you explain me what the protection order means?
The protective order identifies, listen, the protective order identifies Laura Elena Ortega as a protected individual.
You got
These
this.
are orders that you are prohibited from doing. You may not commit family violence or an assault on the protected individual.
Fine if you're from Australia or Canada or France or Belgium or Finland or the UK or anywhere where it's going to cost you $50 to send him a postcard. Just text me what you want written on your postcard. And here's how I'll send it. I'm going to cut out little letters from magazines so it doesn't look like my handwriting. I'm going to post it, and I'm going to glue them to a postcard and send. Carolyn, I'm going to send him a letter like that from you. I'm going to send him a little in the description. Yeah, I can put the address in the. Yes, I can do that. All right.
Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of 10242 Ella Falls in Houston, Texas. You also, it says here that you may not communicate with the protected individual in any manner. If you violate this protective order, the state can and will file a violation of a protective order against you. And that's what I'm telling you. That's one of the worst cases that you can pick up. Don't violate this protective order. And
I didn't put it in the description of the video. And I just have to tell you, my description says Judge Fleischer is in extreme danger. And then I post his address right below there.
I am adding on the condition for you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. And I will test you. So, okay. Please.
Can I ask you a question, Judge?
Shoot.
I am coach del equipo. Soy coach del equipo de los niños. No puedo dirigir al equipo. I am a soccer coach. Can I go and do it?
The only thing I'm asking you to do
For my children.
I get, just don't have any contact with your wife or your ex-wife or what, or however Laura Elena Ortega, no contact. If you want to have contact with your kids, use someone else to go to the house to get them or relay any messages, but do not.
I'm going to do the same. If I want contact with those brats living in my home, I'm going to use someone else. I'm going to call up my friend. Can you please tell my son to clean his room? I'm done. Yeah, I'm going to get myself banned. Oh, what will I do?
Try to contact her in any way. Emails, social media, phone calls, text messages. No contact mean no contact. All right?
Yes, sir, I understand. Okay.
Today I'm streaming on Facebook as well as YouTube. So if I ever do get myself banned, I'm on Facebook under Court Vibes as well. This is the first time I ever streamed there. There's nobody there. There's nobody in chat. There's nobody there. But if I ever get banned, there's there.
Okay. Mr. Kim, do you need the cause number? Do you have it?
No, I haven't, Judge.
Okay. Are you Tiffany Torres? Ms. Torres, you charged with theft, aggregate theft. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the amount. So you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, ma'am.
On March 13, 2024, officers were dispatched to 7-Eleven gas station, complainant viewed on surveillance for the now defendant skip scanning and not charging customers for Texas scratch-off lottery tickets and Texas online lottery tickets into the 7-Eleven's point-of-sale computer system. She totaled 52 tickets that were stolen on April 25th, 2024, valued at $574. And there were also online Texas lottery tickets printed out by the defendant, 58 tickets valued at $220. And 50 cents, and so she's been charged with theft ag, Class A misdemeanor.
So I don't get, you went fast. What happened?
So she
skipped scanning?
Yes, Judge, and into the point of sale computer system, and so she stole a value of $574 worth of scratch off lottery tickets and printed out $220 worth of 58 tickets that were not also in the point of sale system. So it's a theft aggregate.
I'm curious, if you skip scan lottery tickets and you win, what happens? It's a rhetorical question, but I gotta imagine nothing good happens.
I'm gonna do some research on that.
If you win $3 million on a skip scan, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Forfeit it anyways?
Okay,
All right, Ms. Torres, I'm gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to go back to this location. Do you understand? Also, do not pick up any new cases. If I find that you go back, you talk to the complaining witness, or you pick up any new cases, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Okay. As it stands now, your bond is set at $100. Do you want a PR bond?
She wants the PR bond.
Okay.
Trying to save as much money as she can.
I will not, I'm telling you now, I'll give you a PR bond, but you'll never get another one.
Yes, sir.
You understand? Okay. So, Mr. Kim, do you mind filing no contact, going back, and then no new cases, please? Now, you have a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Mercer. If he tells you that he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, you're ducking and dodging his phone calls, I will revoke your bond. I'll issue a warrant for your arrest. I will waive your appearance so you don't have to mindlessly come to court, but you always must stay in touch with him. He'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. Okay? For now, I'm going to have you go to Victoria. We'll have you sign a reset. After that, we'll have you take your seat in the jury box where we'll get all your paperwork ready. We'll have you sign it. And after that, you'll be free to go. Okay.
Thanks, Judge.
Thanks. Okay, come up, Mr. Cardona. Okay, so I see that you have been retained in this case. Okay. Refresh my memory what we did. I don't remember.
So you got bond conditions Friday, this is complaint, and you sent him to go get drug tested.
Mhm.
It was later in the day.
Okay.
You wanted all of them.
Okay, so this, I wanted to level.
What does his shirt say? I can't. I think that first letter is a B. B. No, I just really can't. Does anybody know what it says? Jim says it says For Moran Mink Van Norsk. Listen, if you know what this shirt says, pop it into chat.
I want to send it for a drug test now. Okay.
He did on Friday.
He did do.
Presumptive positive for cocaine.
Okay. That's it. I am now going to have you come and test with me every Monday and Thursday. If you ever test positive for anything else, I'm going to put you in a rehab facility, locked down in the jail. You're going to sign an affidavit with me. And I'm telling you, if I find that you're using cocaine, I will hold you in contempt, slap you with 180 days in jail, probate it for 2 years, and put you in a lockdown rehab facility. Do you understand? The reason I'm having you come so much is because cocaine gets out of your system every 3 days. So I'm having you test for the foreseeable future.
Good to know, Judge. Good to
And
know.
I'm telling you, I'm going to make your bond so high, you're also going to flip. Well, actually, I mean, you'll be in a rehab facility. You can't get out. So you can either control these demons yourself. If I find that you can't, then I'll do it for you. I promise you, you're not going to like whether I do it. Also, Mr. Cardona, you're not to be in possession of weapons as well. If I find that you have a weapon likewise of this one, I'll deem you a public danger and make you bond $50,000.
Antonio Runyon.
Jim, it was very sexy. Very, very, very sexy. Please
So,
do it more.
Another Monday, Thursday, guys. Let me see, let me get my list.
That's Monday, Thursday.
Maybe if we see his back, we'll figure it out. Turn a little bit more. Keep going. Nope, he's not going to. Jake Skulls, Nakimir Norsk.
Hold on. I need you to sign this affidavit for me.
I need you to turn around for me so I can see the back of your shirt, please. It says Scooby-Doo. That's what I'm going with.
So this is what you'll be signing
It's
today.
right there on the
A
screen.
promise that you're not to use any alcohol. Guys, keep it down, please. No cocaine, marijuana, meth, any illegal substances. I'm also including alcohol and no weapons. You will be signing this, promising me that you're not going to do this. You understand? Yes, sir. I will hold your feet to the fire if I need you, if I need to. All right, come on.
Okay, are you ready, Cha? I was muted. So, okay, look. Over here is the prosecutor. If you can see my mouse. No, because my picture's in it. Hold on. Okay. Over here is the prosecutors. Here is the defense team. However, I see the prosecutors sit back here all the time, and I see pretrial sit right here. I've seen Jeremiah, and what was he again? He was not either. He was not a prosecutor. He was not a defender. Was he? I don't remember. I think probation sits over here somewhere behind the camera. I'm not sure. There's Melissa, the court clerk, and Stephen sits by her. But I've never been able to figure out where Victoria lives because she's usually all over the place. Oh, walking back and forth. I hear her voice from the left a lot. I know that pretrial and I think probation sits to the left, pretrial sits there. look at the pic, back it up. All right. Back it up a bit and pause. Then look at the pic Mika posted in Discord. I don't know where to pause it though. You just told me to back it up a bit and pause. All right, I'll just do this. I'll go back 10 seconds. And now I'm going to Discord. General? I hope it's what's on his shirt. Oh my goodness gracious. That's crazy. It says rude? Like R8? No, revenge. It says revenge. Man, I love this chat. It's revenge. Mika, you're so brilliant. Okay. Okay, back to work.
If I need to.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're so
All right,
good.
come on. I'm gonna tell you now, you ever take off on me again, I will put you over my knee and I'm gonna spank you with so much of a high bond, you're gonna go flip and split into three. Do you understand, Mr. Chavez?
Sir.
As it stands now, I'm rolling this case to tomorrow to see whether they're gonna honor their offer. And if not, then I'm just gonna set your case for trial. Be back here tomorrow and we'll see if he can still finagle this thing for you. If so, you've got 2 weeks to complete this thing. You ain't got it done, I will set your case immediately for trial.
Now, we said for, and I just come back.
No, I'm not gonna, no, I wanna make sure that he's good at 600 days old. You gonna be here tomorrow?
Yes, I'll be here tomorrow.
Okay. Doesn't matter to me if it's a little inconvenience to you, Mr. Chavez. It's 600 days old. I wanna know exactly what's gonna happen. You understand? See you tomorrow.
Just hold off right there.
Chavez, right this way.
Tony, thank you.
It's time. It's time. There's 5 minutes left in this video. I told you what was going to happen at the end. Here he comes. This is the one. This is where Judge Fleischer's in danger. It's not like Vegas. It's not going to be like that Vegas judge who got beat up. Dude's scary from the beginning. Like, from the beginning. And you can see that he's not okay. Here we go.
Yeah, have fun.
All right, take care.
Bye. Good morning, sir. What was the last name again?
Lane, Brandon Lane.
So, Mr. Lane, you were charged with? All right, you were charged with indecent exposure. You wanted to do the PC on indecent?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're charged with indecent exposure. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
May 26, 2024, officers were dispatched to the defendant, to a defendant touching his private area at the Metro-owned downtown transit center located on 1900 Main Street, Harris County, Texas. The officer was advised by Metro Dispatch that the complainant called and stated that the defendant was exposing himself to her. The complainant told officers that the defendant was a black male in a blue hoodie and boarded a Metro bus, and then ultimately pointed the bus that he had boarded. Matching the description, and complainant witness confirmed that that was the same person. Complainant stated that the defendant followed her from across the street, pulled out his penis, and started exposing it to her and looking at her. She further stated that the defendant began stroking his penis back and forth with his hands, looking at her without speaking, approximately 5 to 10 feet away. The complainant stated that she was unable to tell if he was erect, but she was able to clearly see his penis as he was stroking.
Your Honor, after speaking with my client, the officers approached 2 males. I have to wait on body cam to see what the other male looked like, but my client's saying that wasn't him. He just.
I mean, I don't know. I think that there's probable cause to go forward now. Mr. Lane. Mr. Lane, we will get the body cam to ensure and see if that is in fact you, because we don't know. All we know is that we have someone that has identified you. I will try to have them get the body. Do you have it now? What evidence do you have now?
This is a brand new case, Your Honor. This is 26, so I don't know. There's nothing in yet, so I literally just wrote this up before I came to court.
Okay, I will, Mr. Lane, I will try to have them get the information and body cams as quick as possible so we can verify that it is you. I would say let's try hopefully a week. The problem is that I can't give you a PR bond because you continue to take off on us. I had your evading arrest at 7503 because we can't get you here. So, okay. Do you have any questions, sir?
No fucking others!
Hey, hit the button, please.
Melissa, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you had to be there.
Ms. Hayes, can we have him evaluated, please?
On his previous case, Your Honor, the one his first case in your court, he was already set for a mental health evaluation, but he absconded. He's homeless. So
The look that he was giving us, did you see me eyeing you?
yes, I moved over. Yes.
You see where I came from?
Yeah.
He's pretty coherent when I'm speaking with him, but I've seen the episode coming about. So he's going to be in custody. Hopefully we can schedule the evaluation. I'll speak to the CLO and go from there.
For sure.
Thank you.
I don't like that Melissa and Victoria were right there. I want them to be put somewhere else, away from all these people. They should be up high. There should be a balcony for them. Everybody who sends a postcard, write that on the postcard. Put Melissa and Victoria up high. How much time did I cut out of that? 2 hours? Easy. 2.5 hours? Easy. Yeah, I have the rest ready to go on another day when I don't have any judge content. I have the second half of this docket ready to go. Yes. Yep. Even after that, the judge has compassion. Oh, the judge left, came right back. He came right back. I think they took him to the back. I think the judge, I don't know. I wasn't there. I think the judge went back. You know what I mean? To make sure that the situation was under control. When his attorney first went up with him and stood right beside him, like right away in my head, I was like, oh God, move over. And then she moved over and I was like, yeah, wow, she moved over. Yeah, I have a pre-recorded video for today. It's not Judge Fleischer though. It's the mom who smokes weed in a custody hearing on Zoom with the kid in the room. And I don't know this for a fact. Could have been a cigarette. I don't know. I didn't see it. All I know is you'll see what I see, smoke. And then like her husband, boyfriend, sister, whatever, someone off camera, hands her something. She turns the camera and points it right at the kid. Oh gosh. Hey, hi Lurker. Hi Grammy. Carolyn is so happy that you stopped to say hi. Oh, by the way, guys, there's no more videos. So if you don't like me chatting, you should leave. You should just leave now because I'm not done yet. Yeah, but Nope, I can't say anymore because I don't want to give anything away. You almost got me, Big Booty. I almost put a spoiler out there. Hun Horez Utsum and Forverdling for Elder. I bet you guys didn't know I could speak Dutch. I can speak Dutch. Hi, Tina P. Sprechen Deutsch? That means you speak Dutch. See? I'm fluent in Sprechen Deutsch. And I don't want none of y'all to say I'm pronouncing it wrong because I know I'm not. I live in Pennsylvania Dutch country. I know how to say Sprechen Deutsch. I know, Fuzzy. Oh, I gotta put the thing up on. There were, oh wait, nope, sorry, Fuzzy, I gotta kick you out. Melissa's giving us more information. Bye, Fuzzy. Melissa says you can't see, but the bailiffs are next to the bench, so we are good. No, you're not. No, you're not. Don't tell me that was German. It was Dutch because I live in Pennsylvania Dutch country and they told me. I don't know who told me. I learned it when I was a little girl. I don't like you guys in there anymore. Not after the Okay, so California has these cages. See? Now the cages aren't so bad, are they, folks? All you people who complained about the cage doesn't hurt anybody in California. Nobody got hurt because of a cage. E2? E2, Kelly? Kelly just say it was Dutch. All right, hold on. I'm going to Google Translate and I'm going to say, how do you say, do you speak Dutch in Dutch? And they're going to say, there's no such thing as Dutch. Please be more specific. I wonder if you guys will hear this. I bet you will if I do this. Oh, unmute, unmute, unmute. Oh. I'm trying. Just give me a second. Grab a cup of coffee or something while I try to do this. Oh man, you guys are all right.
Do you speak Dutch?
Oops, wrong one.
Spreek je Nederlands?
Spreken Nederlands.
Spreek je Nederlands?
Spreken Nederlands is do you speak Dutch in Dutch? Yes, I live in Pennsylvania. You know, Pennsylvania Dutch country. But I can still make really good chicken pot pie. Now I learned how to say Sprechen Deutsch in German. I bet you didn't know I could speak German, did you? Sprechen Deutsch. My son took French, and it was so weird. No, Kelly. Bad. Bad girl. It's chicken pot pie, not chicken pot pie. Don't be ridiculous. Chicken pot pie. Oh, I can say a lot of things in Spanish, but I would get demonetized. Oh, wait. I am demonetized. Sherry, you never saw my videos of the cages? So I have two courtrooms that I apply with cages. They're both from California. One is in, I don't know how to say it, guys. They're both in California. Let's just go with that. I don't even speak English well, guys. I wanted to ask Judge Fleischer how many, I mean, I heard he spoke 6 languages. I wanted to guess them. I know for a fact one is Russian because don't ask me how I know. And then I know for a fact one is, what do they speak in Chile? What language do they speak in Chile? Chile is down. Would that be Portuguese? Pittsburgh. I love the Steelers. Go Steelers. Yeah. I'm more east, way more east than Lancaster. I know it's Spanish, guys, but which Spanish is it? What do they speak? Only Brazil speaks Portuguese. I did not know that. I wanted you guys to say light him up in at least 3 languages that Judge Fleischer knows how to speak. But isn't it a dialect of Spanish? Is it has to be called something, doesn't it? No, no, no. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, Melissa. Here's how I know. I am not a stalker. All right, here's what happened. ADHD sent me a video of Judge Fleischer playing the guitar. So I wanted to play that video yesterday while we were with him by accident. I was just going to throw it on by accident and say, oh, how did that get there? Right. Well, then when I went to get the link that someone gave me with him playing the video, it was gone. The video was gone. So I went on to his Facebook to see if I could find the video, and I couldn't. But I did see a language on there that people were speaking to him in. So I copied one of the words, can't remember what it said, and I put it into Google Translate, and they told me it was Russian, and it looked Russian. I love the Wayback Machine. See, Jessica, that's what I was looking for, but I needed it 12 hours ago. Okay, the dialect, there we go, is Chilean Spanish. That makes sense to me. Okay, Jim of the North got a light him up. I can't say that though. I wish Jim had a microphone. Tenpa Ham. Carolyn, are you still here? Did you, I know you weren't there for the video, but did you see the video from earlier yet? Because did you hear the Wisconsin accent? As soon as she said hi, I thought of you. I said, yes, me and Carolyn love this accent. She said hi, and I'm like, Carolyn, in my head. I'm like, why isn't Carolyn here? She would have loved that hi. Okay, hold on, hold on, hold on. I had glasses here somewhere. Okay, Rudgud Midflud. Rudgud Midflud. Oh, please don't say I said something very bad. I mean, I don't care if I say something really bad, but I don't want to make someone else mad, which I do all the time anyway, so forget it. I'm fine if it's bad. You could try, Mika. Not with that attitude, you can't. Come on, you can do it. Oh, work, work, bark, bark, work. Nanu, nanu. That sounds kind of good. I just said red porridge with cream. I bet you've had it, legal. I bet you have. All right. Can I just play just 4 seconds of another clip real quick? Because I don't know. I think you guys might like this as much as I did. So you know how I always play Judge Frost? Judge Frost always does those divorces and custody and things like that. Well, well, is this it?
It checks them all, and while they show up pending on the criminal history.
That's not it. I don't see it. I wasn't prepared for this. Anyway, if I can find it, which I can't right now, I found Hi, Bryden. I found Judge Frost. Oh, look what Microsoft gave me. I found Judge Frost in a real court today with real lawyers doing real lawyerly stuff. Like it was a panel. It was a panel of lawyers in front of him, you know, prosecution and defense. It wasn't a criminal trial. I don't know what it was. So what the problem was there was an issue in front of him that there was no precedent for. There was no Supreme Court decision. There was nothing. So he knew he had to make a decision. It was a real big deal, a big legal deal. Not like, well, she took the jet skis and I wanted them. And I was so proud of him. He did so well with these lawyers. He asked them tough questions to get the point across. And I was so proud of him. And I can't believe that the video is not here. It should be right here in this folder. If I didn't get that, I'm going to cry. It was right after the interview. I missed the beginning of it because I was in an interview with Judge Fleischer. But I'm going to find it. And I'm going to show you part of it because we need to see Judge Frost doing some grown-up things. You know? Hi, John. John got in Discord earlier, guys. If you want to talk to John, you have to go to Discord because this stream is about to end and you can't talk to him now. Was Tammy in tonight? Not Tammy, but Tammy. Tammy, if you weren't in tonight or if you were, I didn't see you. I tried to look. I hope this is a good day. We all hope that this is a good day. Just today. Today's one of your good days. Everybody, please go check out the link in my, no, not the link, the address in my description. And if you can't figure out how to write those words on an envelope because they're not pasted right, go to the link. Go to the Harris County, Texas, District Court number 5. Type that into Google and get the address. It's right on the internet. You have the internet right there. You can get anything you want on the internet. So send Judge Fleischer a postcard and let him know he's a great judge. Okay? Let him know he's a great judge. Thank you again for the Patreon and the PayPal support. I appreciate it. I really, really do. What is the date today? Oh, I looked at the time. I thought it was 6:27 for a second. I was like, no, it's not. So I only have a month and a couple days to go before I can have members again. Imagine that, being a member. Do you remember when you were a member? All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. Gotta get ready for court. And I got ready for work tonight. Don't worry, I have stuff for tomorrow already. So I'm going to be here in 12 hours. No, not in 12 hours. Don't worry. I'm going to post a video in 12 hours, but I'll be asleep. I'll be sleeping. Don't call me again, Fozzie. Just kidding. He doesn't. I have no idea, Big Booty, because you know what YouTube is not very good at? Explaining shit. Nope, not at all. They do not. They say I broke, I can't remember the word. Broke is not the word, but I broke their reuse policy. And I guess I didn't talk enough and pause the videos enough and all that. So when people come into my chat and tell me that I pause too much, then I say goodbye to them. Goodbye. Goodbye, Monica. I should send her back all the money she gives me for doing this. Oh, wait. Oh, man. You're doing your own channel? Nice. Don't get banned because you have to wait 3 months. Thanks, Julie Cat. Cloud's not here, but I love you, Cloud. Thanks, Carolyn. You're the best. You're so funny. Mika, that was amazing. You hit one out of the park today. Fozzie, thank you so much for everything. You do so much. Kelly, hi. Hi, Kelly. All right. Good night, everybody. Please, please, please behave because I want to see you again tomorrow. Cloud was here yesterday or the day before. I don't know. They run together. All right, guys. Thanks, Simple Auto. All right. See ya. Be good. Bye.